Hey y'all, it's Nurse Key, and we are back with a Nurse Key podcast, episode 23. Mm, let's toast to that. I hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode. I hope you are enjoying the podcast as a whole because I love it here. This is my piece. This is my muse. I think I found my niche. So I hope you guys are really, really, really enjoying it. Thank you for all the support, all the feedback, all the criticism. I take it all in with love. And I just can't wait to really, take it there. I think that I'm headed in the right direction, to be honest. But like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed last week's episode. If you new here, I am Nurse Key. I am a nurse, a mother, motivator, all of the above. An author, a poet, a big stepper, and if you're not new here, then you know. If you know, you know. I hope you guys really get what you need. If you came with nothing, I hope you leave with something. So, what's up? What's up with everybody? I am in great spirits. I'm feeling good. You know, when you feel good, you look better. So, I think I'm cute. Don't know. I say yeah once. God do not like conceited people. Shout out to Lamont Avenue, the best wine in the city. Um, yeah. So, how was y'all sweetest day? Did y'all enjoy sweetest day? Did y'all enjoy sweetest day? How was that? I didn't have a sweetie this year. I was my own sweetie. Cliche. Oh well. But no, I thought that it was just really important that I didn't feel like going. I ain't going all out. I did that, been there, done that, not doing it. But I hope y'all went all out for the people who truly deserve it, and I say that with emphasis. I hope y'all was not out here. That nigga been cutting up all year, and you done just spent your whole motherfucking check on him, girl. Bye. Take it back. Get a motherfucking refund. Mm. But yeah, sweetest day. Lovers Day. Happy belated Love Day to all the lovers. I am a lover. I am a lover. And with that being said, I wanted to use this episode. Okay, again, disclaimer. If you new here, this is a relationship based podcast where we come together and we talk about situations that have traumatized us so that we can heal from them. Particularly, I speak about my personal experiences, and if my solution works for you, then let's work it. If not, then find an alternative and still use me as a reference of what not to do. Okay. Um. Speaking of love, well, I love love. I love me some love. But like y'all know, like I've said before, my perception of love is not a reality. It's always been a fantasy. So what I perceive, what I think about, what I fantasize about, what I'm fixated on is nothing that I've ever experienced. It's just all things that I've dreamt of, things that I've always desired, things that I have imagined. So love. Oh, I love it. Who don't love some love? You know, when you in love with somebody, when you on that high, mm, it is a high that you do not want to come off of. And one thing I realized about myself is that I am a serial lover. And that's what the name of this episode is. It is called Serial Lover. I am a serial lover. I feel like my goal is always love, which is why I can't properly date because soon as I date and I start liking somebody, I just want to get them my whole existence. I want to put my eggs in all of their basket. I am a serial lover. I throughout my 20s, because I'm 30 now, y'all know something happened and some changed for me when I turned 30, and it's gonna happen to you too if you ain't 30 yet. And if you already 30 and you in knee deep in your 30s, then you know what I'm talking about. I am not who I used to be when I was in my 20s, but for the sake of this podcast and for the sake of healing, when I was in my 20s, when I was going through the most traumatic times of my life, I was so interested in love. I just wanted to be in love. I just wanted to love somebody. The downside of that is that I didn't care if they ain't love me back. I didn't care if they didn't give me anything in return. I just wanted to give all of my love out. It's like when somebody know how to cook. I think I made this reference before, this analogy before. I'm gonna say it again. When somebody know how to cook and they just want you to taste their food all the time, it don't matter where you at, what y'all doing. They know how to cook. They want you to taste their food. They know they put their foot in that macaroni. They want you to come taste it. I know that I know how to love. Like, I know that I'm filled with love. I know that it is all in me. And I just want to give it to people. I just want to love you. I just want to love you. Especially my man. It really be my man. My man, my man. Yes, it do. I be wanting to love a nigga down. Even if they don't love me back. Used to. I used to just want to love you down. Just want to love you. I don't even care if you don't even believe in love. I just want to do it anyway. Like, and a gift and a curse. A gift and a curse. And I know a lot of y'all can relate to that because a lot of us is out here loving people who don't love us back. Um, Off the record, in between, I have to take a sip of this because this again is the best wine in the city of Cleveland, Ohio. Ain't got shit on no on your best Pinot, Chardonnay, Cabernet, none of that. Your Moscatos, I don't care. Best wine in the city. Again, shout out to Lamont Avenue. But yeah, I'm a serial lover. Um, I'm a serial lover. I am always trying to be in love. I take love so seriously. I am constantly, again, like I said, I can't date properly. So yeah, let's get back to that. I cannot date properly. I don't know how. I'm learning, and it's a struggle. Because for me, it's like I either really, 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 really like you, like I'm about to fall in love with you, or I am totally not interested and I do not want to fuck with you. Like I just want you to leave me alone. There is no gray area. Y'all know me. There's no gray area with me. Everything is black and white. I try to make it that way. I don't like blurred lines. So for me, I either am like head over heels for you, or I don't fuck with you. And in my relationships, I was just, I would be with somebody, it wouldn't work. We would break up. I would go be with somebody else and fall and try and like convince myself that I was so in love with them just because I am a lover girl. I prefer to be in love. I do not like this whole weighing my options thing. It's not for me. So for me, I don't even want to date, right? Because I would prefer to commit. I would prefer to just be in love and to just be for one person. But when you're dating and when you're dating the right way, it's very important that you don't make that impulsive decision right off the bat. You got to really explore people. You got to get to know people. You got to see who fits in your world. I don't want to do that. If I like you, I want to like you. I want to love you. I want you to be my man. But I am a serial lover, and I don't know what that's stemming from. Like when I think about wanting to love, just that's just the end all be all. Like immediately, that is my solution. I want to just commit. I just want to be in love. I'm trying to figure out what part of me is damaged that I just want to do that. Like I want to heal that part of me because you can't love everybody because everybody ain't gonna love you back, and you can't really keep getting caught up in these situations to where one don't work, you just go, well, one nigga won't do it, another nigga will. We get that. But I gave myself no time to breathe in my 20s. I was like, this relationship didn't work. So okay, it didn't work. This next nigga, he on me. We gon' work it out. And then the thing is, let's be clear, niggas be want to be with me. So it don't make it no better because you want to be with me and you knowing that I'm the girlfriend type, knowing that I'm the relationship type, knowing that let's just wrap up this whole dating thing. Let's just be together. It doesn't benefit me because then I'm gonna just want to love you. I'm gonna just want to fall in love with you. I'm gonna find every reason to love you, even if I have no reason to love you at all. And that's crazy. And I think that a lot of us do that. And that is the part of myself that I am actively trying to heal. People will show you that they have no reason to be loved. No reason at all. And you try to love him anyway because you just feel with so much of it. You just want to be the lover of the earth. You want to love everybody that you come in contact with. And sometimes when it's in you, you naturally do so. That's me. And it has done me good and it has done me bad. I'm talking about it has dragged me through the mud. And I realized, as I reflect, that for a long time I couldn't be alone. We all talk about solitude, right? We all talk about how we don't need nobody. We all talk about how, we're just independent and we like our solace and things like that. But the reality of the situation is, I can honestly say all of my relationships were back to back to back. I didn't take a year off. I didn't take 2 years off. I didn't take no time off. It was like, okay, niggas love to say she might not have nobody in place, but she know who up next. It really don't be that for me. I really just be like, me and my nigga break up and I go outside. That's all it take. That is all it take. All I have to do is go outside and then boom, I got a new boyfriend. And for me, that's it's crazy. But for me, it just used to be like I never gave myself no time to really breathe. I never gave myself no time to really heal. And from there, you kind of just bring all these problems from one relationship into the next. And to be honest with you, I love. And when I love you hard. I love you deep. I love you to the end of this earth. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm learning now that love has to come with some conditions. It has to. It has to. A lot of people may not agree with that, but when you put it in retrospect, love has to come with some boundaries. It has to come with some conditions. It has to, because to truly be loving with no conditions at all, no rules, no boundaries, no limits, you'll get yourself in some real deep trouble. You'll be really hurt behind that. You know what I'm saying? You'll be putting people before yourself, and you'll be doing things that you usually shouldn't do. And I'm learning that, yes, love fully, but you have to love with some conditions. I'm learning that. But when I was in my 20s, I loved. I would tell you, I had the most selfless love. I used to think that I recall telling an ex of mine, like, I love you more than his life. Like, I believe that in my little bitty 20 something heart, that I love this man more than life itself. Life is the greatest gift. And I was so convinced. This is how fucking wrapped I was. I used to really believe that. You know what I'm saying? I think at one point I even said, like, I love you more than I love myself. And that was dangerous. That was so dangerous. But when you so wrapped, like, right, like your mind is gone, get your mind together first. And everything else will fall in place. If your top ain't right, nothing else is right. And I know it sounds crazy. I know that sounds crazy because your foundation is in your feet. However, get your mind together. I think that my foundation is my mind and my heart as a collective. But for the most part, if my mental is off, my emotions, that baby, that's a whole woman of its own. My emotions, that's a whole bitch of herself. However, when my mind is fucked up though, the mind is your most powerful tool, and it's a terrible thing to waste. I used to be so head gone over these niggas, and it threw my emotions out of whack. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my motherfucking self together. I can't even get my motherfucking self together. Okay, that was the theme of my life. I can't even put myself together. I couldn't pull it together for nothing in the world, because my mind was so gone, because I just want to do this. I want to do this. I just want to love you. I want to love you. I want to love you. Y'all know, in one of these episodes, I don't remember which one, love ain't enough. Y'all know this. Love is not enough. But to me, love was all I needed. I really felt like I could love you enough for the both of us. Like, my love, I felt like I had this superb love. Like, I can't even describe to you what type of love I thought I had, but I felt like I had love that was so pure, that was so, you know what I'm saying? It was coming from such an innocent place. Not to say that I was innocent, but my love was so innocent. Like it was so, it had no malice. I had no bad intent. You know what I'm saying? It came from a real genuine place. The place of I just want to love you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that looks like, however you needed me to. Um but then I realized that I was constantly just loving people in that way and not the way that they actually needed me. So, you know, I tried to convince myself I'm loving you the way that you need me to love you, but that's not it. I had this idea in my mind of what they needed. And it wasn't that. And a lot of times when you explore what people need from you, a lot of times they won't get nothing from you. Cause you'll take a bow. You'll bow out gracefully or put up a fight, I'm not sure. But when you explore what people really need from you and you take your own perception out of it, a lot of times it's a lot of people that won't get shit from you. Cause either they're gonna expect too much or they're gonna expect too little. I'm a serial lover. A lover girl. I love to be loved. I love the idea of being loved. It is just something about, somebody just loving you that just does it for me. And I won't sit on here and say that I've never been loved, right? I won't discredit anybody that has had emotions for me. Do I think that the delivery of their love for me was politically correct? No. Do I think that it could have been a little better? Yes. But I'm also realizing that you got to meet people exactly where they are. A lot of people didn't love me the way that I needed to be loved because they couldn't. A lot of people didn't love me the way that I needed to be loved because they didn't want to. And I think that when you are in these relationships, you have to take that into account. You have to really, really, really consider that, because once you consider that, it'll save you a lot of heartache. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us is wanting people to love us the way that we love. Everybody is not you. And I need you to know that. I need you to internalize that. You're out here expecting people to be you, and you coming up short. You know you 101. You know that person is not equipped like you. But I want you to give them some grace. If this is the person that you're going to deal with, if this is the person that you love, if this is the person that you feel is worth it. Now listen to what I said. This is the person that you're going to deal with, you're choosing to. If this is the person that you love and this is the person that you feel is worth it, then you got to extend some grace when it comes to them loving you, because maybe they don't know how. Maybe they ain't never had a love like yours. Maybe they can't even identify with what you offering them. Maybe it's hard to accept. Maybe it's hard to process. Maybe it's foreign to them. Maybe it's too good to be true. Maybe they trust issues is so fucked up to the point where even if they wanted to, they couldn't. You gotta extend some grace. You gotta help them through that. But also, don't allow somebody's inability to love you to stop you from being who you are. So for me, being a serial lover and being somebody who just loves love, I'm realizing that now I'm resistant, because love has, in my opinion, I don't necessarily want to use the word failed, but it hasn't succeeded in the way that I wanted it to on multiple occasions. And that can be discouraging. You know what I'm saying? But as I sit here and I express these things to y'all about yourself, I want y'all to know that behind the scenes, on camera, on the gram, whatever, I actively am realizing that you cannot let a failed love turn you cold. Like every single day. Like the more and more niggas talk and I see your relationships makes me want to be single. But no, for real. No, let's go back to that. Your relationships, not your, but your relationships make me want to be single. And a lot of times it don't even be your own experiences. It be your own experiences combined with the shit that you see, combined with the things that you don't know, combined with things that you do know, combined with your friends, your family, whoever, that really make you be like, I don't want to do that shit. And to be honest, a lot of the relationships that I be seeing on display, I don't want to do that. Y'all can have that one. Kudos to y'all, not me. And you know, this is a no judge zone. This is a very safe place. But in my personal preference, I have no desire to be in a relationships that are being curated today because they not solid. They not built on nothing. They aesthetically pleasing and that's it. And that's not limited to a nigga that you with. That goes to friends and everything. People out here don't even got real friends. They with bitches that's cute and not bitches that's real. Bitches that can dress and not bitches that can defend you behind your back. I don't want that. I don't want to be around nothing like that. I wouldn't give a fuck if my best friend looked like she got hit in her face with a bag of bricks. It wouldn't matter to me if she loyal. It wouldn't matter to me if she care about me. It wouldn't matter if she there for me. It wouldn't matter if she don't pull no weird stunts and have me feeling all weird. It wouldn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit be an easy fix. We can fix that. But when it comes to fixing your character, if you not real, that's a character flaw. If you can't dress, we can fix that. A lot of relationships out here is for the aesthetics, and I don't respect it. So I try to stay out the way. I try to just really have really good discernment. And again, that's not only about friendships, that's about these niggas too. A lot of people is with these niggas for the wrong reason because he got a couple dollars. So, because he look good. So, because he's somebody. So, that nigga status does not compare to who he is at a soul level. That nigga's a shitty nigga. He don't give a fuck about his family. He don't give a fuck about his friend. He don't give a fuck about you. But you riding and dying for this nigga because of what he got and what he look like. Hell no. Not today. I don't want to do it. And so, again, like I said, where was I going with this? I keep getting these brain farts. Where was I going with this? So with being a serial lover, it's just pros and cons, man. It really is. Like, it's just, I can't believe I lost my whole entire train of thought. This was going somewhere good. This was going somewhere great. Like, what just happened to me? Serial lover. I love to love, but I don't want to. I was doing it just to do it. I don't want to do it now. It's more intentional. I'll say that my desire to love is more. Oh, okay, yeah. Don't let it turn you cold because every day I pray, God, please don't let this make me bitter. Please don't let this situation make. Please, God, whatever I haven't healed, heal it, reveal it to me so that I can heal it, so that I don't become no bitter ass bitch with a whole bunch of cats. I'm not trying to do that. I want to live a full, vibrant life. You know, I want to eat all the low vibrational plates that I can eat. And I want to do all the things in this life that I want to do. I want to, like I said, I want to eat good. I want to be around good people. I want to give out good energy. And I just want to be that. But a failed love, or really, over time, keep happening, it'll make you not want to love at all. And so just to be transparent, I feel like I told y'all, I think last week when we were talking, and I told y'all I had met somebody in the club, and he asked me like, well, what are you looking for? And I was like, nothing. Flat out. It was just a flat out nothing. I'm not looking for anything. And rightfully so, I am deserved some time to myself. I am deserved some time to not be attached to anyone or have any expectations of anyone, or not to put my standards on anyone, or to not answer to anyone, nobody not answer to me, for nobody to not feel like they are committed to me. I am owed that, right? But I don't want to fall into this place where I become 100% resistant to it, to where when I am placed in situations where, this could potentially be a relationship that will teach me some great lessons, it may or may not work, or this is my husband and I'm missing out on my blessings because I'm so jaded. You can heal all you want and still be jaded. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to get to that place. Like, I don't want to get so comfortable with being alone that I never let anybody else in. Or that I've been damaged so much over time that I just become damaged goods and I have nothing to offer because I'm so damaged. I done been through all of this trauma. I don't want to do that. So I'm saying that to say, if you a lover, please stay a lover. If you exude love, please let it rush out of your pores. Do not let somebody who couldn't love you, somebody who couldn't show up for you, somebody who just was not enough for you, do not allow that to change you. Don't let it alter you. By all means, be conscious, be cautious, be smart, right? By all means, please examine every piece on the chessboard before you make a move, right? But don't let it allow you to just opt out of the whole game. Like, I ain't doing this shit. It's no way to live, because love at its peak, it's a beautiful thing. And even though I've told y'all that love for me on the receiving side is a fantasy, I know what it feels like to give it. So when I'm giving it, and I mean it's at its peak, and I'm just giving, I'm just wide open, that shit feels good. It is so, it is such a high. You be on the highest cloud in the sky. Now it's a hard fall, but for the most part, you know, when you just present and you want enjoying it, it really feels amazing. It feels like nothing you've ever, you know, nothing that you've ever felt. It's like one of the greatest feelings ever. That honey girl, please, that honeymoon phase, something I never be wanting to climb out of, because you just be giddy, you be all wide open, nose wet, ears wet. You just be open, and it's a good feeling when all of your defenses is down. But in a generation where we are trying to get to this soft girl era, I'm gonna say that for another episode. But just a little snippet. We are trying to get to this soft girl era, and we don't at all know how to let our defenses down. We don't know how to just be vulnerable. Because we're all protecting ourselves from something. I want to live in a world where I don't have to protect myself from nothing. I don't want to have to protect myself from you. I just want to love and be loved. I want to have to look over my shoulder. I want to have to sleep with one eye open. That's not what I'm trying to do. Because like I told you, I am a lover. I love to love you. Now in my 30s, I am trying to explore what it's like to allow somebody to love me the right way. Because again, I'm not going to take nothing away from nobody. I'm not at all denying that people have had very strong emotions for me and still do. That's not where I'm going with this. I just want to experience it in a way that I feel like it's being reciprocated. So like, I'm loving you a great deal, and you loving me back the same way. Like the healthy way, the right way, the way that I can brag about without feeling like if I open up my mouth about it, he gonna start acting weird. You know how like you store a nigga name in your phone, right? And then as soon as you get the ad and like all the cute shit, so he get acting weird. I just want to be able to add the cute shit. So like, I want to be able to put your name in my phone off top with the cute shit, and you don't even act weird. I want you to just, keep your momentum up. I don't want you to have to, it's like they can smell it. Like, oh, this bitch didn't put a kissy face by my name. Let me get the acting crazy. Let me ice skate. I don't want to have to do that. But then too, I also think that this is contingent on, the type of people that you are attracted to. I don't even want to say the type of people that you attract, because I feel like I attract a variety of people. I feel like I attract all walks of life. And it's not so much of who I'm attracting, it's who I'm attracted to. So you have to ask yourself, when you start to see a pattern in niggas, you have to ask yourself, it's not so much that you see a pattern in them. What's the pattern in you? There's a pattern in you. It's not the pattern in them. Because to be honest with you, none of these niggas are the same. They might do the same shit, but they're all wired differently. They're all made up differently. Yes, they have a lot of similarities, a lot of the same characteristics, but they're all individuals. They're all different. So what is it about you? Let's be big girls. I want to be big girls, because I am having to be a big girl a lot. I am having to be a real adult to get to the healing that I want to get to. And so with me having this platform and me being this person and me being your person, I want y'all to really, as you're leaning on me, lean on yourself and ask yourself, what is the pattern in you? What is it about you that is attracted to these people? Y'all know me. I'm attracted to projects. I was. I don't want a project now. I need you to have it figured out. But back then, I was attracted to projects. I felt like if I couldn't help you or heal you or fix you, that I was useless to you, and I didn't really want to deal with you if you didn't come to me broken. And that's real. I have never really dated a man who wasn't emotionally unavailable or mentally unstable or in some respect just fucked up. I haven't. And this is not to say that anybody's perfect, but I think that there's a lot of good men who really have it figured out, who really are intentional, who really want the same things that you want, and I just never was attracted to those people because again, I felt useless, and that was a thing within me. And I think that I was attracted to projects because I was a project myself. It's what, like I was a broken record. I concealed it well, but I was just as broken as them, and so I was attracted to myself. Not to say that the decisions that they decided to make as an individual was a reflection of me. It's not what I'm saying, but the brokenness, the trauma, a lot of my relationships was the trauma behind. That's deep. A lot of people don't like to accept that one. But a lot of the things that I've been through, a lot of people that I was with, they were hurting just like me, and I was attracted to that. It was familiar to me. I couldn't resonate with somebody who was healed, somebody who just knew love because they received love, not because they gave it. I only could resonate with people who, you know what I'm saying, felt like they gave more than they received. Because even though a lot of these men didn't give me anything to my definition, somewhere in their story they feel like they gave too much to somebody else and never received nothing in return. And I was attracted to them. Attracted to their brokenness, attracted to their traumatic events in their childhood, attracted to the anticipation that they was gonna do something traumatic to me. I was attracted to that. So you gotta ask yourself, what's the pattern in you? So when I started to correct the patterns within myself, I started to be attracted to different men. I am no, I feel like I'm a healer by nature. So I'm gonna always, to some degree, have this heart for people who aren't all the way put together. Because to me that makes it a little bit more authentic. But as I grow older and I grow into the woman that I'm becoming, I don't expect my man to want damaged goods, and neither do I. So if you're not in a position where you healing your trauma, I don't really want to deal with you. Like if you comfortable in your pain and you're not trying to heal it and you're allowing it, you're projecting your feelings about your pain onto me and others around you, I don't want to do that because I'm in a position where I'm trying to heal. And not only am I trying to heal myself, I'm trying to heal others. You know what I'm saying? I'm raising a kid that I don't really want him to have to heal from his childhood. I want him to be able to grow up and be a man and say, hey, I had a pretty cool childhood. Her pretty cool, as a teenager. That's what I want for my son. I don't want him to have to go through the things that I went through. I don't want the people that take heed to me and that attach themselves to me to feel like, you know what I'm saying, they just it's just counterproductive. Like, yes, they hear me is going to one ear, not the. No, I want all of us to collectively heal. That's the purpose of me, the purpose of my podcast, the purpose of my brand is because I want us all to get to a healing place. Because if we get to a healing place, we get to do things better. Our ideas become clearer. Our purpose become clear. We become more aware of what's going on around us. We don't make as many of the senseless mistakes as we make because that is coming from a place of pain internally. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when people do shit to you, they say shit about you, they talk shit about you, they, purposely go out their way to antagonize you. It's an internal thing. It's something going on with them. We all know that it's never personal. It's always internal. So when you look at it that way, I want to heal myself. That's what I'm doing every day, daily, by the hour, by the minute. I am trying to heal myself. And when y'all come to my podcast, yes, come for some entertainment. I don't know, but come for your healing. Cause that's what I want to do. I tell people all the time, I ain't no therapist, but I've been through it. You know what I'm saying? I'm no guru, but I've been through it. I've been through enough to know enough. And I know that I love to be loved. And so with that said, when I encounter a man who isn't the committal type now, and again, I've been 30 for a couple months now. So this is all new. And I'm telling you, it's working. It is really working. Now, when I encounter a man and he's giving me these red flags and these signs that he's non-committal, knowing that I want to commit eventually, probably like not right now, but my end goal is to be in a committed relationship of some kind. Even if I am having fun, right? Even if I have no intentions on being with you right now. Ultimately, the goal in my life when I think about relationships, when it comes to a man, I want to be committed. So, with that said, if I'm dating you, even though, and I know this sounds contradictory, I know it sounds crazy to me, but even though I don't want to commit to you right now, if you're showing me these, because even though I don't want to commit right now, it doesn't mean that I don't want to commit at all. So hear me when I say this, I don't want to commit right now, but eventually I do. And when I come into contact with men who I can visibly see they don't want to commit at all to anyone, not just me, I be kind of like washing my hands, because if we're dating and we spending all this time together and this thing goes from one extreme to the next, what's gonna happen when I fall for you and you don't fall for me? Not to say that this all has to happen at the same time, but I'm saying at some point, if we're doing all of this, spending all this time doing all these things together, what happens when I'm fall for you and you don't fall for me because you're not the committal type? You don't want to commit. That's not your thing. You know, you just want to, as soon as you done having fun with it, you want to be done with it. Meanwhile, me, all right, yeah, we can have fun now. What's next? When we going to go together? I'm a serial lover. So I try to stay out of the way of people who don't understand it. Because a lot of people are playing on your emotions when they know that you love. They allow you to love them because it feels good. But then they'll have no intentions on loving you back and you will be empty. And the only thing you gonna do, because I've done it and I've seen other people do it, is when they don't love you back, your solution is gonna be to love them harder. Because maybe I can love them into loving me, and I'm here to tell you that you can't. I'm not saying rush it. I'm not saying put your foot in their ass about it. But what I'm saying is, you know, once you realize that somebody is not willing to love you at all, whether it's their way or your way, wash your hands with it. Because you're going to be loving by yourself and be loving somebody by yourself. That is one of the hardest things to do. You're the only one loving. And the only thing they doing is taking and taking and taking. And by the time it's all over, when they decide to even love you a little bit, you're going to be so empty. You're going to be so dry that even if they decide to fill you up with their shit, it won't matter because it's too late. So if you are somebody who wear your heart on your sleeve and you love hard and you love deep and you go well within, I encourage you to stay away from people who aren't interested in that. Because it's going to be a heartbreak for you and a benefit for them. So I am really, my journey is so messy. It's so all over the place. One day is this, the next day is that, but that's the beauty. And that's what I enjoy the most. As uncomfortable as it is at times, I enjoy that the most is because I know it's real. And I know it's working. And I know that it's not in vain. I know that it's not for nothing. I know that the work that I am putting in is going to show up one day. I know this. And I'm not just settling for anything. I don't care how you look, what you got. I seen this post that said he was so mad when he found out he had all this money and I still ain't like him because that shit don't mean nothing no more. No, to be honest, I've always tried to convince myself that I'm loving a nigga for who he is. And to be honest, these niggas was pieces of shit. So I'm really trying to figure out what it is that I was in love with. But again, I was in love with the idea of them loving me. Us being in love together. I was in love with that. I was so in love with that. It's such a fan. I am such a nostalgic person. Literally. Like I fantasize all day. Daydream, all of that. Very, very much a fairy tale type of person. I live in a delusion. Because it's not the reality. So again, the love that I seek, the love that I crave is just something that I've curated in my mind. So I'm constantly striving for it. And sometimes it seems like when I leave one situation, the next person gets better, which is how they even got me to get to that level with them. But then they always do something worse. So that's a hard pill to swallow. Like, damn, just when I thought that it was getting better, it actually got worse. And it make you feel like, well, damn, shit, if I was going to go through this, I should have just stayed with my old nigga. Shout out to my old niggas. I'm hell. I'm sorry. I am hell. I'm hell. But the moral to this is if you love, love. And don't allow people who can't love you to stop you from loving. You don't necessarily got to love them, but don't let it jade you from loving somebody else who, one, may really need it, and two, may really deserve it. You can't close your heart off. I remember I got a Reiki session done. Shout out to my girl Satira. I got a Reiki session done, and one of one of the chakras that was closed was my heart chakra. Totally closed. Shut down, lock on it. And I'm really trying to get out of that because, to be honest with you, I'm a loving person. I'm a loving person. I love love. I love love stories. I love movies. You know, that type of shit really makes me cry and all that type of shit. I love weddings. I love to hear success stories in love. I just, I'm just writing my own. I'm actively writing my own. So even when a chapter in my book ends, there's still other chapters that I am actively creating. So, for the sake of love, stay love, stay in love, love love. If that's you, don't allow a failed love to change you. Because that's the worst thing that you could do. Because just because they didn't deserve your love doesn't mean that you don't deserve to still give it out. And I know that that is hard, right? That's easier said than done, because if you keep failing at something, eventually you gonna want to give up. Like, fuck it, this shit is not for me. But look, you fall 7 times and you stand up 8. It might be that 8th time or whatever, however many time, that moment when you said, I'm not gonna give up, and it might be the one for you. So keep at it. Stay you. Stay authentic. Don't do it for the aesthetics. Fuck it. Yes. And just love. Love me because I love y'all. Okay. So, it's a Nurse Key podcast. And I am Nurse Key. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you for coming. I love y'all.